short chapter 22 of the Srrws of Satan, where Tempest he comes to his Willowsmere, this great estate that was formerly Lady Sybil's home, but her father fell into debt, so he got to buy it up. They're going to have they're having the big fete, the big fete for the betrothal there. And Lucio has been there and has decorated this place to the fucking nines with a huge army and just like uncounted for amounts of money poured all over this place, and looking really really gorgeous. Um, and and you know Lucio asks him, "What do you think would have happened to you if you had never gotten money?" So it's like, "Well, I probably would have died, starved to death like a rat in a hole." And he says, "No, I don't think so. I think you might have actually had the makings of a really great writer. If you'd only kind of believed in God, maybe that would have been the case, because you performed believing in God in your book, but you didn't actually believe, which is what the public could suss out, and thus you weren't popular, which that we'll see how much you can counterfeit as a popular author. I think you can counterfeit a lot, but a great writer, I guess, is the thing of like, no, we could tell. Um, and Lucio goes off to bed, and he walks over to Mavis Clare's cottage, Lily Cottage, which is empty at the moment, but he looks at it longingly, and he goes home and he has to sleep, and he dreams that he's poor and that he's writing, and that he's maybe actually reaching for sort of maybe some kind of game of hard at work in the old lodge, writing down thoughts which I knew by some divine intuition and beyond all doubt would bring me the whole world's honor. And he heard sounds of that violin at the very beginning of the novel. There's someone playing the violin next to him, and it's another starving artist, or what is it? It's that pure music. They were triumphant chords and cadences of joy without one throb of sorrow. So even the starving artist beside him is also happy. And he wrote in an ecstasy of inspiration, oblivious of poverty and pain. And I heard echoing through my visions the round warble of the nightingale, and saw in the far distance an angel floating towards me on pinions of light, with the face of Mavis Clare. Mavis Clare, very much this kind of lost purity, lost greatness, lost his soul, kind of that very much. If we've got the devil, Mavis Clare is the Madonna, I guess, figure in this book, something like that. Um, yeah, so definitely, like, there's a conception of like, well, if you get filthy rich, there's no way poor pity you because you can never be poor, you can never be great. Though there's a lot of valorizing of like, well, if you're that's where a great artist is in poverty, which I don't actually also agree with. I mean, I think there's some kind of a middle thing of like, there's people who are like perfectly comfortable and produce great works of art, and there are people who in horrible poverty who wrote shitty. Hey, you know, um, there's an economic connection here, which, I mean, past this, maybe at a certain point when there's no want and there's no need anymore. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a romantic version of what the artiste is. It's very much romantic, conceived, which is not necessarily reality. All right, so those are my thoughts on the short chapter 22 of the Srrws of Satan.